toxic glow. She's dripping poison like gossip at brunch. Her sharp bite and you become her lunch. Sexy till you're twitching on the floor. She's smirking in your face, then comes back for more. Bite, bite, baby, better say your prayers. Venom's got stilettos and homicidal flair. She's vicious, delicious, a queen with a sting. The sexiest nightmare you've ever seen. Pucker up, sugar. Mama's venom tastes sweet.
Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? We doing good today? Oh, here we go. Everyone happy? Having a good day? Hello, Coop Raiders. How's everyone doing? We've got Linda and Gary. Hi, hi. It's Fifi Friday. Hi, Big Dirt. How are you? D spells the T. Stacy. My girl, Liz Barnes. Hi, hi, hi. How's everyone? King, how are you? Glad to have you here. Hi, Debbie D. Buffed old man. Is everybody having a good weather day at least? We've got sun today. That's a plus. Hello, Mr. Kiko. Look at everybody piling in. Welcome, welcome. We're just going to have fun shooting the breeze, catching up on who blew a gasket, who didn't. We'll use Dee's name, spilling the tea. Hi, Ellie. Joan, Greg. How's everyone? Come on in, pile in, pile in. Plenty of room. So it's been an exciting week, hasn't it? I mean, it doesn't get any livelier than what we've seen this past week. Well, it has, but it's been off to a start, I'll say that much. Friday's coming in hot. Hi, DR. How are you? Oh, what fireworks, man. Can you say anything more about it? Like, oh, people say unhinged. And then I looked at the polls with the voting. It's a close call. I don't know, but we'll see what the meter says shortly. That meter's been working hard. Hi, Mercedes. How are you? T42. Shirley Zinn. Hello, hello. Yeah, so it's been exciting. So let's see. Where do we start? So we had the bankruptcy. Oh, yeah. We had that hearing. Hi, Sarasota. And what I find funny is when you look at that, they all want to say, what the hell's Jeremy? He's lying. The stuff he says happens in court doesn't happen. So he gives us what was said, takes notes. Him and George are taking notes, telling us this was asked, this was answered, she was going to be questioned. And they originally said, nope, not going to happen. No way, not happening. And then we get to the day of the hearing, the following day, and she's under oath getting questioned. And exactly what Jeremy said was asked, she admitted to in a chat and said, yep, she was asked that. And she gave the same answers that Jeremy said she gave, that George said she gave. But she says she was calm. She answered honestly, and they didn't attack her. It wasn't, like Jeremy and George portrayed. They weren't half as bad. But this is what I question. If everything she said was verbatim what Jeremy said and answered, asked and answered, does that mean everything that happened in Ohio wasn't a lie and what he said was asked and answered there was truthful? Can't have it both ways. Can't have him lying in one spot and telling the truth in the other. Oh, Stacy says she's multitasking. Hello, audio. How are you? I got a surprise for you. Oh, we have another job video sent in from audio. Audio, is it okay if I go ahead and show it? The latest one you sent? I don't want to send it until you tell me yes. It's been fun though. So, yeah, we see, the bankruptcy. Yep, absolutely confirming it. But, they said Ohio, she's lying. I don't know. Or not she's lying. Jeremy and George, they're lying. That isn't how it happened. They weren't asked that. It's all bull, 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 bull. And their tempers were, kind of mediocre, the average. Jimmy Derm Derm. I wish we'll see she devil leg warmer lady. Oh, let's see. Audio says, in fact, just a little earlier today, I took the times poo was mentioned in the streams and made a song out of it. Oh, we're going to have a poo song. Oh, that's gross. Palmer's, hi, how are you? In case anybody hasn't noticed, you guys all have long names. So I usually just take the beginning or the end parts that are really easy and identifiable. Oh boy. Gary is saying hello. And then, okay, let's see. What else did we have today? Oh, let's see. Oh, audio has given permission for, let's see, let's pull it up. So this is a various jobs that LMNOP could possibly do. Let's take a look. I don't think she's going to be a good tour guide. I didn't see much on that tour. Didn't sound like she was very talkative either. Kind of gibberish, what we hear anyway. I'd even say her little fifis weren't feeling so great there either. Oh, so let's see. Okay, so from bankruptcy. Oh, then we go into, let's also talk about the car that showed up at the gate. The two different cars that were in their video. Hi, grandkids taxi. How are you? Hope everybody's doing good as you come in. I'm just rehashing some of the highlights that I decided to talk about today before we get into the feels. Hi, Stephen. How are you? Sarasota Beach Bum. It's a tour through the land of the lost. What were those people called? Sleazaks or something like that? Wasn't that the program that they were in? Or was that a different show? I know there were a couple shows from way back when that had different characters. So then, yeah, if you guys go back and look at the video, Shizzy pointed it out, Megan and Tug showed it. There's two different cars that they're trying to say is one. One has silver hubcaps, the other one is all blacked out. One's a Honda, 100% a Honda. And don't know what the other one was, but the one that's all blacked out was a Honda. So that's interesting. But another thing that I thought was wild is we heard other audio when she accused Jeremy of yelling foul language at Crook. And we heard that. We heard sound. So that meant the cameras recorded with sound. So where was the sound when this car pulled up? When the guy was out there taking pictures? Where was the sound on that? You know, because they also said something to the effect of, uh, the guy went through her mailbox. Now, I know you guys have all watched the same videos I have. A lot of you have lurked their channels. Have you guys ever seen a mailbox out in front of the road there on Otter Creek Road? Anybody? I know I haven't. The thing is, if they hadn't inserted themselves in Jeremy George's life, there wouldn't be any. You're right. We would have nothing to talk about. We would be talking about the fact that there's not going to be a bachelorette because Taylor from Mormon Wives in another controversy. So 86 that show. Now we get America's Funniest Home Videos and some random game show. So thanks, Taylor. King. Oh, editing. People are making videos. Everybody is just getting into the AI videos and making songs, and audio's got some great stuff going. Dose Reality. Dee, I don't know if you had anything drop recently. This week I've been kind of scarce online. Oh, Ellie says, nope, they all have P.O. boxes at the post office. Exactly. Because they also said, if you guys remember, that they weren't home. Others were home and the Jeep wasn't there. Because that same day that that car was there is also the same day that Andrew Campbell, Lloyd's nephew, who lives on Lynette's property. Don't know if he still does, but was living there when he was last arrested. But he was arrested on Saturday. Rug possession. Yep. And paraphernalia. Dee says, let's see. Oh, working on a few things. Nice. Legwarmer. Oh, do I have any maps of my state? I don't have a state. I have the galaxy. Oh, Roy's going to blame all us AI users when it becomes self-aware and turns into Skynet. Oh, yeah, and car theft. Thank you. I almost forgot about car theft. Now, thank you exactly for bringing that up, because she said someone else, and we know who I'm talking about when I say she, you know, the head walrus, the head flea, tick, whatever she wants to call herself this week. The one who's bent, that thinks Megan should be vetting what hairstyle she may or may not have had when she was a teenager. Oh my God. That was a little, as she likes to say, unhinged. So we've got that. Hello, French. I see you, French. Bonjour, bonjour. Mutton flop. Exactly. They are mutton flop. we'll stick with the mutton flop name to be on the safe side, because they have been out there trying to flag everybody. You see screenshots of all their chatters talking about how they're reporting people left and right. And yes, please listen to T42 here. She's in charge with Ellie and the other mods of biting thumbs when I am occupied. So watch out. The wrenches will get you. But yeah, so she said someone else had the Jeep. So my question is, was Andrew driving the Jeep when he was busted? Because he was in possession of a stolen vehicle. Whose vehicle? And he also had possession of someone else's ID. Yep. Yep. So I don't think his fifis were too good this week. I'm saying right about now, if he's still in lockup, I'm saying he's not feeling too happy. that he got caught. Because when I looked at it on Saturday, actually, the day he was busted is when I came across it, and it still had no bond. It wasn't even showing the charges, just that he was arrested. But I thought it was interesting looking over Levy County and the amount of offenders that are in Levy County itself is ridiculous. So if we're to believe why she moved to Levy County, let's remove Jeremy out of the equation. If they never met, she claims she's been eyeing that property since 2018. So she was looking at Levy County that whole time. So what was she moving there for? She was looking at it from 2018. There was no child there. Who knows if she even knew the family back then to even know the child, because they barely, from my understanding, they barely knew her when she did manage to persuade them into this adoption. So if you look at the area and the arrests that are going on in Levy County, almost all their arrests are drug addicts and offenders and violent crimes. So what did she move there for? It was a dump. And from posts I found early on from Northport, she didn't start this sanctuary years back. I don't know. I'm amazed where this could have come from. But she absolutely is claiming that, yeah, that she was watching that area. So was she watching it so she could pick up the occasional migraine tablet when she can't get them filled? Doesn't seem to me that it was for the ideas that she first put out there. And we do know that she wanted to turn her property into a place to take in people that had work release or to make up some kind of hours with the court, to kind of knock off their sentence. And was it for free labor? You have to wonder. She did say she had a strategy, but then again, her strategy was in the timeline of what the hells. So I think it's safe to say she didn't move there because she was watching it in 2018. And she didn't move there because the property was high in value then, or cleared off for that matter. It was 100% to stalk him there. And you know what else? They keep saying there's no proof of stalking. Why don't they go back and look at the video when Jeremy arrived at the sheriff's station to give them the civil protection order from Ohio? She was there in the parking lot waiting. She was there. She would have had, if she wasn't watching him, as we heard her testify in Grudge Judge's court, she knew his every move. She couldn't serve him, but she knew everywhere he was. She said it in those court hearings. So she knew he was coming into town that day and he was bringing those papers to the sheriff. And that's why she was in the parking lot. And then when they made her move, she moved by the truck. That's stalking. 100%. That's stalking. And then we got John's video, which I'm going to start showing all those videos again. Yes, I am. Yep. Yep. They keep saying what? What post? They didn't do no post. Well, Rosalind and I have been going over the posts that were on her and John's own pages, their Facebook groups that they made. So I would say their feeling meter is about to go down. Oh, Allie says, end times also. Exactly. Unfortunately for the county, having this lawsuit has brought all this corruption to the light, and everyone knows now, and the police are looking bad. Oh, leg warmer, you have no idea. No idea. Levy County is going to become very popular on YouTube. Yes, they are as popular as the sanctuary. So is Fish and Wildlife. Yeah. Because I also found a little golden nugget in the Fish and Wildlife video. Mm-hmm. Can you guys guess what I found in that? Do any of you remember that video? Sharon says they also, before the show in the parking lot, they threatened to put trackers on Jeremy Hill's truck and trailer. Yeah, they did. With their friend who just got out of jail. John's friend. Yep. Yep. She sure did post that. Sure did. Oh, the news too. Yeah, Allie, I heard the news is supposed to be looking into this. Okay, so most of you are saying you guys remember the Fish and Wildlife video. Okay, so think ahead. He's now talking to her. He walks up to the truck and they're exchanging words. And, you know, first things out of her mouth is, that guy across the street, Jeremy, right? But here's the interesting thing she said in that video. And I caught it just by looking over it last night. I just started digging into some videos again. And in the video, she says, I had a license for this and I had the T license for that. She names off 2 licenses. Okay. So she's giving him a verbal list of her 2 credentials. But the next words are what I got hung on. And those words were, I had mountain lions, I had foxes, I had wolves in Northport, Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda. Yeah, those words. I had mountain lions. Where? Where did you have them? Not in Northport. I never seen any pictures you've ever posted with you specifically owning or having a sanctuary, I should say, giving aid, caring for, that were yours to do so with mountain lions, wolves, or foxes. Exactly. She didn't. But she also said something else. Are you ready for this? Dee, are you ready for this? You're going to like this one. She said she worked for years, she says, for Octagon Wildlife. Mm-hmm. She knows all them. She named off Lori and another name. Yeah, she knows all them. And she said she knows how to care for animals. Hi, Midas. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Oh, Dee, yes, really? Yeah. Yeah, so she said she worked for years for Octagon. So I, being the curious little thing that I am, I looked up Octagon and they are still very active. Joe says she did. Well, she may have volunteered there, but she didn't work there if she did. And if she did, how long was she there? And what animals was she in charge of? So did she take their idea of a sanctuary and try to run about it? T42 says she always lies about everything. So why would she tell the truth about mountain lions? There is a picture of her, and we're going to set the record straight on that. The only picture she has with any type of cat was from Iowa with a bobcat. Okay. A bobcat. Now, they're not safe by any means. They're not a type of cat that you want to have as a pet. But she did have a picture with one, and I'm sure it was either hand raised or I don't know, could have been sedated, but there is that one only picture. And another thing I checked into, there are no mountain lions in Iowa. Oh, Mercedes says that's the picture she was talking about. Yeah. Yep. Yep. There's exactly T42. There's a big difference between a bobcat and a mountain lion. But she told Fish and Wildlife when they were out at her sanctuary that she knows how to care for animals. And then she goes into, of course, we all know where that goes. Oh, the ex-husband. Oh, you heard about the ex-husband. Yeah. And he just won't do anything she tells him to do. He won't clean anything right. Yep, nothing's right. But what's curious is, as she's telling him she knows how to care for animals, he won't clean anything. So why hasn't she? I mean, she worked for years with Octagon. I wonder if Octagon remembers her. Just because you say something doesn't mean it's true. Remember? Just because I watch a couple videos, don't make me a stalker. Oh, Sarasota says there's an old goat in Iowa. Oh, an old goat. Oh, oh, is this an old goat that may have gone to I don't know, certain type of entertainment facility? Tammy, hi. Well, Stacy, that's what I'm thinking. And with all us little oh, lurkers and people that just like to be, what do they call us on LawTube and some of these true crime networks? Armchair detectives. I don't know. You've got Dose Reality. You've got D Spills the Tea. You've got me. You've got Megan. You've got Tug. You've got all these people that we're just curious little things. we just we just like finding out facts just for the fun of it because we're not involved in this case. These people have inserted themselves into this case. And for some reason, for people that run around bragging that, they won, when they talk about Fed 2, let's remember they're also selling false information on that too. We have a recommendation that was handed down by the magistrate. And as we know, Tug and Megan said it early on when these cases were filed in the federal court. They told Jeremy on several of his shows that they really thought he was going to have an uphill battle with Fed 2 because I think they said the amount of people. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Either way, even Jeremy and George knew there was going to be some climbing on Fed 2, especially when you've got so many people that are actively in this together, acting out against two people, too. And, they inserted themselves where for some reason there's this big thing that I'm even watching happen online where people are, our side, their side, us, we, them. No. I said it, Shizzy said it on his show when I was on with him. I know I brought it up where Coop has brought it up. Megan and Tugget brought it up. We aren't in the case. We are talking about the case because it's public opinion, because it's a public matter, it's interest. Midas says mountain lion. Is that what they call the male cougar? Well, which one? She had 6 of them. Sharon, right. The strategy, Sharon. That's right. The strategy. Screenshot this. I think if J and G go after the main antis, the rest will shrivel on the vine. It's a good possibility. I think you're right on that. Buffed old man. Elemental P overpaid for that dump, adopting a newborn with an alleged disorder, spending half of your income on a vehicle and harassing your neighbor constantly makes her credibility 0. Well, not to mention, I would have loved to have seen the lawyer's face and the trustee's face at their creditor meeting when they were asking her the questions. She's on disability. He's on disability. The child has disability. But she says she pays the bills. She pays for the Jeep. She's paying for the camper. All these things she is paying for on what did D what was it, 1,300 or less that she gets a month? Just her check. We won't even count the fact that she's using the kids' check. So we've seen her say too, John don't pay for anything. She's got to fight him for every little last dime that he does pay for anything. So you figure he's got his money socked away. So she's paying for everything. How? How does somebody with less than, I'll just say 1,500 a month, how is somebody with less than 1,500 a month making a $700+ a month payment on a vehicle, paying for property insurance, I would hope, because we know she owns the property outright. Whatever bills. Yeah, she's paying monthly payments on the camper. You're right. T42, she paid for the camper. And the one that got repossessed, she was paying payments on that one too. Oh, wait, no, come on now, T. Let's get it right, T42. It was not repossessed. She gave it back. That's a voluntary repossession. Oh gosh, yeah. It's been exciting. Oh, I just, when I think, I think I'm hearing like Laura Owens with a touch of LMNOP have come from somewhere in the same gene pool. Like one rich, one just really trying to be rich. And they both go into a federal court. They go into any court and they've lied. And they continue to file papers and make accusations and statements. And, it just goes on and on and on. Well, LP, if you're listening to me, you might want to look at Laura Owens' case. 14 federal felony charges for lying in the court against Clayton Eckerd. Yeah. That's what happens when you lie to a court. The courts get mad. The judges get mad. And you're in a bankruptcy court. Every time you fill out one of those papers and it's not filled out correctly, you're still filing a paper that when you sign on that dotted line, you're swearing everything you enter is true and factual. So I think your feeling meter might be a little off this week. I don't know. You try to play it off while you're in chat that everything's okay, but I don't think so. Hi, Scottish Granny. How are you? James Francis. James, every time I see your name, I think of the one guy that had the videos that he used to telemarket on TV. The hot teenage girls, the summer videos of college time parties at the beach. I can't remember what he called it, but his name was Joe Francis. So every time I see your name, I think of Joe Francis. Sharon says, I'm not fortunate. No mortgage, no car payment, but my taxes, insurance, and utilities are paid every month. Yeah, same. Everybody pays their bills. Miss Tammy, from the Ohio court. Yeah. James, that's wrong. Is it wrong about Joe Francis? Hey, Joe says the child's metabolic disorder, even if she has one, isn't so serious to claim disability. Well, here's my opinion on that, and I'm just looking in from the outside again. Scott Baio lives in Florida, and his daughter is a professional golfer with GA1. And I think hers is actually, it was more severe than what she has claimed this child has. Oh, yeah. Sarasota, Girls Gone Wild. Thank you. That was exactly, yeah, Joe Francis with Girls Gone Wild. Oh, James. Okay, I take it back. It's not funny. Joe Francis and James Francis are not related whatsoever. No connection. He makes videos for, no, I'm kidding. I won't. James, if you don't know my personality, I like to tease and I'm snarky and yeah. So anybody, if I joke about you or say something, I'm not serious in any mean whatsoever. If for some reason I had this happen the other day, getting off topic on it, I posted the court documents hearing that they were false flagging. So I took them down because 3 emails of Lynette's were showing. And even though she's a public figure, these are court documents available to the public on the Levy County website. I took them down just so they couldn't try and tag my page or come at me. So I posted the link. And just looking at how this is all going, they keep saying all this stuff doesn't happen. Well, they're flagging anybody who shows the actual court documents of what's actually happening and being said. You know, it's just getting ridiculous. But anyway, I had those posted. Somebody made a comment on my page, and it must have been in that little string that I deleted. So they thought that I was deleting their comment, and they thought I may have thought that they were stalking me. And I was like, what? No, 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 no. So I had a friend reach out to the person, and I was like, please tell this person that I don't know what's going on. I don't think they're stalking me. I don't know what comment they're talking about, but there's been a couple of threads I've deleted, either because I looked at the post and something was off, or I corrected something because I took it down because, again, my bad, because I didn't redact the 3 emails on a public document that a court has up for public view. So I did the next best thing. I posted the link. I showed where you type her name. I showed in the next box where you put the next 2 little checks that say civil, and I think it's county, maybe. It's the second and third box in the column. And then you go down to the bottom and it validates that you're human, and you hit enter. And then comes the lineup of all the names with Preston. And you look in the lineup and it's the last, I think, 4 cases that are filed. And there's one that has, the full LMNOP name. That's the one with her and BBB. And there was an actual valid citing of B&B yesterday in Megan and Flux's chat. He was there. He was there. Sharon says the walrus and her gang can talk about poop swear talk about it. XX. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. We've heard people where we've seen the screenshots. We've heard some of the clips where they're talking about supposedly Jeremy has records that are sealed. Okay. They keep trying to make a thing out of his divorce and his kids. First off, none of your business. They keep trying to compare it to, it is because, he talks about the child. No, he talks about the child because of the conditions the child is living in, just like those animals, if there's any left really living. I guess we'll find out. Hi, Auntie M. How are you? Lurkers, welcome. Lurkers, welcome. And then we have, let's see. So their comparison to him talking about her and her child. She made the child public. She has talked about that child, and the child alleged, and I'm saying alleged because I don't know. I don't know what she's saying is true or not. And yeah, I know the word alleged, and in my opinion, doesn't protect anybody legally, but I don't know how else to explain it. She has posted what she claims the child has constantly. We've heard the child has had a stroke. The child has seizures. The child has. on and on. She's a vegan. She can't eat, but yet she's had pictures taken of her that have been shown from Burger King, from, from various spots, I think a year ago, maybe a Chinese restaurant that a certain DJ Radis or somebody was accused of taking that picture. Whether or not that picture was taken by DJ or not, don't know. Not my place. I'm just going by what they have claimed and talking about that. She has said that the child can eat French fries and, has snacked on certain things. Well, if the child has a GA1, I've not really read up on everything they can and can't eat, but I would think French fries would be kind of rough on a child's indigestion with some kind of issue like that. And in one of the recordings, you hear the child when she's on the phone. I think in the most recent police call that was played on Tug and Megan's, it may have even been with Rosalind, where you could hear the child in the background asking for pop. Is that vegan? Any kind of pop. Is pop vegan? Does anybody know? Oh, let's see. Hey, Mr. Coop, how are you? Oh, audio says, I'm vegan. I've been for 15 years. I developed a ton of food allergies after having my gallbladder removed. It's been a fun journey, but eating out is a huge nope. Yeah, I mean, that seems, the grease alone, like I know from my grandmother when she had her gallbladder removed, eating anything that has any kind of oil substance to cook it is going to mess with the stomach. But, she's a vegan. Too much melatonin can cause seizures and anxiety. Okay, so I'm glad you said the word anxiety. She's also claiming that the child runs around saying, I'm panicked. I'm panicked. Really? Why would the child speak like that? Why does the child know everything? Why does she have to be within your earshot or her earshot of all your conversations, LP? I'm just curious. I mean, I'm sure, what do we have in here? 191 people here. I'm sure they're curious. Why? Why is this child listening to arguments, police calls? You claim DCF has been to your property 42 times, and they give you a clean bill of health every time they come. Yep, that's what you say. I've never known an agency, any government agency, other than going for a driver's license test and getting your ID, you get results back the same day. Last I heard, when you have DCF show up on your property, they investigate, they go back, you wait for a letter in the mail, and it usually either says unfounded, or what we've seen that Rosalind has highlighted in our deconstructing, a case plan where, she was trying to show it as proof that, they were there and it was all good. But on that same paper that Rosalind showed, you see that they were giving her instructions on how to secure weapons. Yeah. Ouch. Ouch. As oh, as the woman from TikTok that I find funny that I watch on YouTube, LMFJ are her initials. Yeah, as she likes to say, "Ooh, why not quit scooping to people's levels? Stop lying. You say you're standing on truth. Start standing on some of that truth, like real truth." Yeah. And Marsh, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. On Travis's live, I did hear that too. The dog was barking. He's yelling at the dog. Oh, but that's an attack service dog. It's for protection and service, but the dog is never with the child. A service animal that's supposed to detect her having a seizure and alert them or find help from somebody or try to render aid to the child, however they're trained to do by professionals, they should be anyway, is never with the child. Why? I mean, it's a service animal, right? And it's a protection animal, so why? Oh, Stacy, doing okay Friday. You deleted me. Sheesh. What are we gonna do with you? Oh, Heather, Heather, Heather. Yeah, she yelled at me last night in Shizzy's. Mm-hmm. Yep. Heather, she's mean. Mm-hmm. Crystal, if her disorder is inability to process certain foods, it's safe to think a different rate of how the body would absorb, digest, and react to certain meds, including melatonin. Exactly. I mean, I have an allergy to aspirin, and I know even just taking uh, what is it, like Advil and certain I ibuprofen, like I still get a slight stomach burn. So I mean, it's crazy. Oh, Stacy, she wants spankings. Oh my gosh. Oh, Stacy, I don't know. Do we have someone here that could spank Stacy? She's asking for spankings. Oh no, Heather, no, but, nope, nope. You yelled, made me cry. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, Allie, exactly. That ain't no service dog. Right, but we heard what he said about the service dog, right? We seen the screenshots. He said anybody tries to come on his property, that dog. Hmm. And he has something waiting, which we also seen screenshots of her saying that's why she keeps her best friend close to her. So I think they are definitely being amped up to pull their friends out and introduce them to the world. Yeah, that's my opinion. That's what I think. It's exactly what I think is coming along. But hey, you know what? Let's take a look and see what everybody else has voted on. Okay, so I did not get time to splice these together, but it's good enough.
Let's check this week's meter, shall we?
Oh, we have meltdown. We have a meltdown, people. We already know who that was melting down. Oh, we had triggered unhinged meltdown nuclear reactor blowing the top off all over a blonde streak. Yes, that is this week's highlight of the Fifi meltdown. Yep, Queen Choose-A-Lot herself has ranked. The people have voted. It has been an unhinged nuclear meltdown of proportions. All because of a streak. All because she claims Megan Fox is stalking and obsessed with her. Jeremy's obsessed with her. Everybody is obsessed with her. Y'all watching replay. Oh, well, doll mom, you come on in anytime you want. Replay works just as well, and thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah, so, oh, I mean, what a mess. What a mess. And oh, we have a new player that's entered the scene too. Mm-hmm. What is it? The neighbor? The neighbor that's now in on it, or just another YouTube channel? The crafty one that's been kind of giving opinions on that show over there, that channel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, another one who is saying very negative things, claiming some pretty negative comments, vile thoughts. Yeah, agreeing with them. So is this yet another person they've added on? I mean, they're counting all of us. Dragon's Gravy. Well, look at me being late to everything all around today. Dragon's Gravy. You're lucky I don't have a late fee here. But Rosalind will be collecting any late fees. Hmm She's also going to be collecting for my unborn day on, from this week into Wednesday. So, yep, that's happening. But yeah, and then you got to wonder why is she positioning certain people into uh, her little co-host role? Is is she phasing Tammy out the same way she phased Bootlicker out? Oh, I still like to call her what our old nickname was for her, Troy. Oh, what? Squid pump? No, squat pump. Squat pump. Oh boy, these names, I'm loving them. I'm telling you. I think they're fun. I think it's all for fun and parody with the names. We laugh at the names they call us. I don't know why they don't see the humor in the names. Like you could hear Tammy wants to laugh. Serena, been lurking, but glad to hear you're here for the snark with all my friends. Yes, everybody's welcome here. I have no problems with anybody. Squat pump, swap pump, French. Troy pleather pants. Squat trunk. Oh my gosh. It's funny. It really is. And if they have not seen that, I said it last week, we've all been saying it on our own channels at some point. Anybody who has a channel, when this is over with, I can go, as you've seen how often I'm posting. Yeah, I'm doing stuff behind the scenes. I'm collecting stuff. I'm, talking with Roz. I've been on with Shizzy. I've been on with Jay. I bounce around. So I mean, I have content, and it doesn't have to be Hales. Like you could see where I'm starting to go with this. I'm starting, Fifi Fridays, where I just want to sit back, converse, eventually start pulling in some content of things I find obnoxiously funny, and uh, I'll start. I don't know. Maybe we'll start testing the temperature of President Trump's feelings and whoever else is in the news, other creators. Shizzy seems to always be in a good mood, so the meter would never go off with Shizzy or Tug or Megan. No, it's always going to be at calm. So I think I need to make another meter of funny, sarcastic, hysterical. Start rating the different temperatures that way too. And then we've got Audio, who has jumped on board with my dare and my challenge to create all these outside jobs that Lynette and John could actually take up doing. So we've seen, office worker, fry gal at McDonald's, touring around, but she don't have a golf cart, so that's going to be a problem. Oh, let me see. Unfortunately, I can't move too far away from the whole bad neighbor thing because I have one. Oh, oh, Audio, you've got to make a video of that. You definitely do. Alcoholics Anon. Evening, all the way from the UK. Well, welcome. In a little village called Willstone. Been watching Hales for years. Nice to see people looking out for victims and keeping up. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it is, too. Unfortunately, Jeremy and George have become victims of what started with two people that I repeatedly say, these are the two people I'm focused in on keeping in the forefront. Anything I show has to do directly with them. And I do have stuff that indirectly starts to go at the others, but I want to keep those two in the highlight. And also, Levy County. Yeah, Levy County, you are about to get so much attention. But that's another point I want to talk about with Levy County. Did you guys know that they have a charitable Christmas gift giving? Uh, I think it's called Angel Miracles or something like that through the police department. And does anybody remember how many bikes were given out at Christmas by the other channel? You know, she did 17 kids because nobody looks out for the lower income or those that can't afford to provide a Christmas for their kids. But weird, if you look on Levy County's website, they absolutely do have that. They gave away 7 bicycles, gifts. Yeah, they have the businesses from Bronson and Chiefland, and yeah, a bunch of people that donate to help put together Christmases for those less fortunate. Mm-hmm. And I still got a question. She keeps talking about, the 17 kids she gave to. Why was it just 17 kids from people from her chat? One who lives in Levy County. One, I think he's part-time in Levy County. I don't know. He's always on the Swamp channel, but he goes into her channel from time to time when he's not selling magic rocks. He's been involved. But then you've got the other company that goes online. I really don't want to give the full name because I don't want to give their channels any recognition, but it's another storage company. So if they're doing storage sheds and reselling, why did they need help? I'm confused. I mean, I know people fall on hard times, but I'm confused. I mean, when I got divorced, and all the parents I know, whether divorced, single parents, never been married, whatever, when hard times come, most people start planning months ahead before Christmas so they can have a Christmas or a holiday for their kid or children. Angel Cops in Levy County, Florida sounds better than Shop with Cops in Adams County. No, actually, Annie M, the Shop with a Cop is actually like a really huge movement in the United States. Like it's really popular. Like there's a lot of kids and a lot of families that they love it. Absolutely love it. They take them shopping from the police cars, like you get so many kids that are assigned to an officer. They go shopping for their parents, for their siblings, and then they get to shop for gifts for themselves too. And that's not even counting what the town or the village or the police department puts together that the children don't see. Kind of like with some of the churches, Goodwill, WIC, certain government agencies that put it together. Hello, Freckled Ginger. Who are you and why am I here? I don't know. Who are you and why are you here? Yeah, see, leg warmer lady. She plans for Christmas. I had to. I I used to start planning for Christmas as soon as like we'd start hitting July. I'd start putting money to the side because no sooner school gets out, you've already got to start looking at school clothes, school books, all that kind of good stuff. Even if fees are being waived, you still got to look at it. So, Sharon says, Elemental P and Poop Bar team copy anything Jeremy and George does. Yeah, I mean, it's not just copying Jeremy and George. They've copied Megan and Tug for the longest time. They've copied anybody who makes any kind of AI content, videos, whatever. And it's fine. They can make all the parody they want. But to keep saying that they're the ones being copied all the time, I mean, come on. Come on. You're not making everything. You didn't create everything. Did you create YouTube? Huh? I'm just waiting to hear what else she's created because she owns so many copyrights and trademarks and patents. Audio says I don't plan for Christmas because of my idiot dealer neighbor. Oh, Audio calls his neighbor, isn't it Rapunzel? Audio, do you call your neighbor Rapunzel? Audio, I think I'm going to have you come on and talk about your neighbor. We're going to have to do a Fifi Friday with highlighting your neighbor's feelings. Maybe get some video footage of it. Oh, like warmer lady. Yeah. Being responsible for money. That's the whole thing. And we already know, hey, that woman is not, and I don't mean the channel. I mean, obviously, we see with the pull tabs and everything. That one's not responsible either with money, so it seems. But yeah, you've got LP and JC. How are they responsible? Really? There's times that when I look back at some of the pictures that she was trying to pass off with the AI image of the pole barn, that's how the sanctuary looked. Yeah. And even going back to that wildlife video, it starts out with her saying that there was a woman that showed up at the property saying she had a grant for her and feed for the turtles. Just like Tina, the good Tina. Hey, Carol Welch, how are you, gorgeous? But she said this woman showed up and she wasn't going to let her on the property. Well, you didn't have to leave her on the property, but if the woman had a grant for you, maybe go out, meet her. Maybe this woman could have helped you. I mean, Sarah, we had Home Depot lined up to come and finish the barn pole, but we see what happens when people want to finish the barn pole. Things happen where it don't, because if it's finished, you don't have anything to grift for. Right? That's what's been said. That's, the little whispers on the interwebs. on the tubes. Yeah. Oh, she patented hot water and fried chicken buckets. Yeah. No, not just chicken buckets. Don't forget the chicken skins, I don't even want to think about that image. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, thank you, Carol. Isn't she sweet? I'm better now that I'm watching you. I do enjoy listening to you and what you have to say because you have a lot. It's worth it. It's worth the time and gold. Oh, thank you, Carol. Thank you. You ladies of Facebook. Wow. Like you guys spank some butt over there. Somebody steps out of line there, and Carol and Pam and I can't even think of all the names I've seen in screenshots of people going off on people over there. Nobody better ever go on Facebook and try and push these women around. They will come for you. Yeah. They will put you to task on the Facebook page and they will call you out on everything. They've got the facts. They've got it. They've got the documents. They've got the screenshots. They remember as much as we all remember hearing these stories. And they're out there proving points left and right and shooting down all the false comments and narratives and everything that they try to spew. So, yep, they do. King says there are a bunch of groupies to the rock star. Yeah, I think it's a rock that's in a star, especially since we heard, I heard a description of her describing what she looks like. Her face has 5 points. She said it, 5 points. She has a 5-pointed face. 5 points. What else has 5 points? I'm trying to think. 5 points. 5-point star. I don't know. you, they like those magic rocks, and we have seen them talk about things that will come back. And what's the term that they used on charm? I think it's a bewitching term. Oh, T42. Thank you. Pentagram. Yeah. Pentagram has 5 points too. But hey, all of you, because I'm going to start doing it, I'm going to put into AI and see what kind of images I can get with a 5-point face. I'm going to make my Venom image a 5-point Venom. Gary, the magic beans. Yeah, Yep, the magic beans. Yep. And she's got her little bent feelings too. She don't like that Jeremy interviewed the neighbor over there. She didn't like that. And if the guy is a wife beater or woman beater or whatever she's claiming he is. Hi Tammy, how are you? Um yeah, you're still following him with a camera. You were using him for content 100% because boy, I remember looking at your page before What the Hills was really blowing up, like back when you were talking about, Jim Jones and what was the other nickname she used? Let's see, it was Jim Jones. What did she call Guano? Gang gang. I forgot what the nickname was for him. But yeah, when all that was starting to kick off is when I went and looked at that channel. And there was video after video after video of her videoing the neighbor across the street. Mm-hmm. Yep. Recording every time she'd pull in, she'd have a camera on him. Every time if the guy brought a garbage can out to the curb, she was out there recording. And we've heard Jeremy say there's a camera pointed into another neighbor's bedroom window. Yeah. So who's using who for content? Seems you were playing a bad neighbor. You called him the creeper. Uh-huh. Yep. That's what she called the person she was videotaping and showing on her channel and making videos of, the creeper. And then there's another person that she made content on that she argued with on her channel, an older woman that she called Moo. Yeah. Yeah, there's that one too. Mm-hmm. Yep. We are going to hear some videos at some point. I'm going to have to make sure that they're safe to play in some way, whether it's in a video passed off to someone or sped up. How she likes to play Jeremy, covering his face because they're still actively talking about mass flagging. Mm-hmm. As her viewers constantly report to her that they're reporting videos left and right. Carol says, I come up with the price to feed the turtles, 175 to 350 a week. And how is she feeding the turtles? There's no turtle. Well, Carol, if there are turtles, she's getting $750 in food stamps. Think about that. So she's always saying they don't have food. Is she putting care into the animals first? Because when I showed the screenshots in one of my videos, I can't remember if it was in one of my lives or one of the shorts that I did. I showed where she had the one 200-pound tortoise that was living in a very clean, decent pen. I'll give her that. And somebody actually pointed out, if I'm not mistaken, it was Allie maybe that pointed out there was a snake on the turtle's back. And there's a video on that page, on her page, of that large tortoise in Otter Creek. All the other pictures that are on that page are either AI or of her grandkids in Northport. Yeah. And I made the comment that that tortoise was actually in a better living situation and condition than what the child was in and currently in. So I'm wondering, is she using the food stamps to buy food for the turtles? Because I've watched other people's videos that have turtle sanctuaries that have tortoises and turtles. And she has two breeds that she's named off that are not native to Florida. Nope. Nope. One is from South America. She's got a redfoot and she's got the succulent. And the smaller of the tortoises, they are diggers. They want to dig. And when it's cold out, they dig deep in the ground. And they're in penned areas. If you watch other videos of people that have tortoises or turtles that literally have them as pets or have sanctuaries. They run in the whole yard. You would never think these things that we've grown up thinking they're the slowest animal on the planet. They move. They want to. There's one video I seen where a tortoise is just tearing up a plastic pole. They want space. They need enrichment. They need to be able to search for their food. They need to be able to dig. They need to play with items that keep them occupied. I mean, you've taken them from what they've known in the wild and you've now made them a pet. You've caged them in. So you've got to give them some kind of enrichment. And what kind of enrichment are they getting? And I'm still curious. There was talk on that channel. I don't know. I have to see if anybody has the information on it or the actual chat from that night. But somebody talked about hemlock, getting hemlock. I don't know if it was for Gabby that he was getting for his house with Felisa. They have a dog, and hemlock is very poisonous to humans and animals. Or are they getting hemlock for the sanctuary? Something to think about. Something you guys should know. Very, very strange things. And I think I even found what could be the very first conversation or how she may have met my bestie, Marla. Marla the Moocher, Marla the Yenta. You know, I made a video about her. I don't know if it's the same Marla that hangs out with her, but we all know Marla. But there was an early conversation when she first moved to Levy County of offering to bring her clippings of plants that she had, which was nice. It's neighborly. It's great. But I don't think she ever got them because, from my understanding, they've never met. Audio says, I bet them poor tortoises will walk around in circles if they're alive enough to eat. Well, not just that. I've watched, there's a guy that has a YouTube channel that goes around rescuing tortoises and turtles. And with the smaller tortoise, I think it's the redfoot. I want to say it's the redfoot one. You got to watch that there's not pools of water because they'll drown. And she has that small type of tortoise. And she talks about the pools that she has dug into these pens. Okay, what did Mr. Coop say? I'm seeing stuff with, people are just saying hi, Mr. Coop. And we got Mercedes here. Who else? Okay, I haven't missed anybody, have I? But yeah, so there's been all that talk too. And then, yeah, the Bruce sighting and Megan and Fluxes, where I don't know why. I seen one post from him, just one, and he brought up that when he was a law clerk in Massachusetts, something or other. And I thought, really, do you, like, I know if it was me, after the things that I've said about if I were Bruce going into Megan's or Tug's or anybody's channel, that I have said the things that he has said about them, I wouldn't just show up in a channel and expect them to now have a conversation with me. I don't see where he thought he can go in. Like, it didn't seem like a rude question or anything. Like, he was just talking generally, but I don't know if they responded to him or not. But I just thought to myself, if that were me, I wouldn't respond to him. French said phrasing. Audio, we need Megan to bring back her Simstream. Oh, wow. You know what was really fun is when Megan first got remember what the steering wheel is called? The Thrustmaster. And she first started driving with Legal Vices. She crashed more than anything. It was hysterical. Like, I got motion sickness. I can't watch the driving sim games. I literally get motion sickness from it. Hey Joe, we need someone with night vision drone to go over their property and film. Well, hey Joe, didn't you hear? According to the flea in that channel, Jeremy and Travis, they have night vision, smart glasses that record, drones. If you look back on some of the earlier police reports, we heard about people listening outside of her shed with little people in the wall. You know, even in that early video too with Fish and Wildlife, you see John's camper and you see Jamie's camper. Yeah, interesting. And she was living in the shed. Hmm. Watch it all, French. Be nice. Be nice. It's not 10 o'clock. You can't talk like that. Hey, Joe. It's got to be Blue Bucket Drone. She'd never notice. She would call Levy County in a heartbeat. My buckets have flown. Oh, the outhouse of glory. Oh boy. Paranoid much, right? Exactly, Ellie, right? They're not paranoid, not by any means. None whatsoever. You got a guy that I can't wait to see the police report. She was, she's so afraid for her life and the child's life that, she was home alone, she told them. That's what the screenshot says. She was home alone. And she didn't know if he was there to, delete her or to kidnap the child. But she was afraid. Yep. But you know when she called the cops? She didn't call on Saturday. She called on Sunday. Yeah. She called Sunday. And for those that don't follow Travis, Travis went to his book and it was a husband and wife that signed in last with their name and address, their names. So if that was the person who signed, because obviously anybody could sign as Mr. and Mrs. or, give two names or sign a female name, whatever. But it was dated and it can be backdated. So I'll even give the benefit of the doubt that way. But they have the license plate from the black Honda, the car that was all blacked out. There was no side on the sign. Shizzy and Tug pointed that out. It was just shading from the fence and, the tin that guards the property because, she's hiding the new camper behind the sheet. All the sheets, the curtain of sheets. Yeah. Just sheets and sheets hung everywhere. All that property she's got, all the 1.66 acres. And yeah, why doesn't she just hide the camper in the pole barn? She can have a house in a house. And did you guys catch? I'm sure you guys did. Did you guys catch what she said to? There's a screenshot of it, and I'll have to post it in a short. She is talking in their chat, and she said, or no, on her page, she ranted about it. That when DCF has been to her property, they have gone through the camper. Okay, they've gone through the camper. They've gone through the shed. They've gone through her house. What house? By your own admission, Lynette, you and the child lived in the shed for over 2 years. The only time you lived in that camper that is known to any of us Hales viewers, at least myself, is when John went to jail for 40 days for pulling the pew pew on the child and Wes and his girlfriend. When you put the red and white check contact paper all over the counters in that camper, that you gave back. Oh, yeah. So which house? I'm lost. What house did they check? They checked the camper, they checked the shed, and they checked the house. There is not a house on that property. There is a barn pole that's used for storage. There's the other big white building that she wanted to use as, the shed and breakfast, which I still say she stole that idea from Trailer Park Boys, because the guy's name on there, ironically, is Bubbles. And he had a shed and breakfast business where he bought the actual tool sheds that you would see in backyards across America. Those aluminum ones that you open up and you put your lawnmower and stuff in there. Yeah. Yeah. He had shed and breakfast. So did she get that idea from Trailer Park Boys? Because I think she also got the idea from the sanctuary, from if whatever period of time she was at Octagon Wildlife. For those of you who like to dig, remember Octagon. She said she's got she had 2 licenses. So for those of you who like to dig, Iowa, she claims that she was in that business in Iowa too. Hi, Mark. How are you? Mark, are you the one that does the clip it version, the timeline of their chat? Are you that, Mark? I'm curious. If you are, I definitely want to get some of your, or have you look back on some of your stuff and see if you've got certain conversations and timelines. Oh, you are that, Mark. Have you been doing it long, Mark? Or is this something you just started somewhat recently? Leg warmer. Jeremy and George were going to be, yeah, they wanted to do the bed and breakfast because they had the 3 foundations. Absolutely, they were. And they also talked about, wasn't it with Christian camp or something? Grandma Jackie, hi, how are you? Aha, Mark, you are that person. Oh, I'm so happy you came in. A few months. Oh, then you might have one of these conversations I'm looking for. I will have to make sure to get in touch with you. That is a must, because there are certain things that I'm looking for that I've tagged out in chats that they've had. Actually, you said a few months. Were you tracking conversations when she was talking about rehoming the tortoises and the turtles? I'm looking for a certain conversation that she posted about hatchlings. So if anybody remembers that conversation, I'd like it. I really, really want to put it in the timeline with Rosalind, and I'd like it myself to line up with some things that I found. And if she had hatchlings, she might want to look her 501c3 agreement with the 2 species that are non-native to Florida, because that violates USDA. Yeah, I know. Mark, you're absolutely right. It's hard. Like, I tell people all the time, there are certain things about this. I can recall stuff on this on the fly. I have this weird thing where, if I call it geeking out, like I geek out on certain TV shows, old facts, court cases, and I just retain stuff that I just wind up getting interested in or hooked on, to where it's like an instant recall. My only bad was when I seen this post, I didn't screenshot it. I didn't do anything to save it, and I should have, knowing that she's a dirty deleter. They all are, actually. So, yep, I said it. I said it. And to those of you from over there listening, sorry, I think you're irrelevant. Oh, leg warmer. With a rescue, are they not allowed to breed animals? When you are an animal sanctuary and you're taking in animals, I think pretty much all those places do not want to breed animals. But under the USDA regulations, if they are breeding those tortoises and the turtles that are not native to Florida, they have to be vet checked and they have to have health certificates. That's what the USDA says, because they govern those tortoises and turtles, whether they're on her property or not. Hey, Tree God, how are you? Replay crew arrived. Okay. Um, Allie, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I've asked. I haven't heard back from him. May or may not. Like Tug usually focuses in more on the legal, the court up and downs more so than the littler post where it may not be so important. So I don't know. We'll find out. But I figured while I have all you guys here in chat, I'd ask and I'd find out. So if any of you guys come across anything that says about hatchlings, yeah, especially from back in that time frame before her and Lisa argued, I'd be real interested in it. Okay, so the animal rescue, yeah, they're supposed to be vet checked. Yeah. And I had it in one of my shorts as well. I had the tax forms from the only 2 years that she filed because in, I think it was 2017 or 2018 in Northport, she had a big old post talking about tortoises. And do you know why people want tortoises? They are worth money, she said. They want money. The rug addicts, they're worth money, money, money. So is that why you got into the tortoises, Lynette? Because you couldn't have been building a sanctuary in Northport because that was a regular residential area. You had neighbors right next to you. So where were the mountain lions, the foxes, and the wolves? Where were those being kept in Northport? where where did you keep them in Port Charlotte? Where did you keep them in Punta Gorda? I mean, one of those addresses was the condo that you had John evict your daughter out of. You know, the one that went back to Iowa, the one you turned in to DCF, the one you had custody of that DCF came and took the grandkids in Northport away. hmm Second time that DCF, whether it be Florida or Iowa, took children from your possession. Hmm. Crystal. Lions, tigers, bears. Oh my. Yeah, that exactly, French. Vet check your shit. You better vet it. Vet it. Well, I vetted some of that stuff. Those are her words. I I think I forgot to upload part of that sound. Let's see. I don't know if I could pull it up without losing you guys. You know what? I'll put it in a short. I promise I will have a short up of it because I have the clip of her saying it. And anybody that wants to go back and look at it, you could even go back to when Tug showed the wildlife video where Fish and Game came out. And you hear her say, along with, she gives the name of the two licenses that she claims she has or had, and that quote unquote, I had mountain lions, foxes, and wolves in Northport, and she, again, naming off where she lived. Very interesting. And even Tug had pointed out back then, she was called out about the big cats, even on that property, because the other channel also made fun of Jeremy when Jeremy talked about a sanctuary. They laugh about his property all the time. Oh, he never did anything with the house. He never fixed anything. He is involved in a legal case. Why would he take time to fix up a property that is now up for sale? Why would he focus on a property that when he bought it, everything was for rhyme and reason, be it Airbnb or the Christian camp or the animal sanctuary that he talked about? He had plans. He wanted to do the storage facility that we now know the schoolhouse is used for. They even talk about the schoolhouse saying, people are illegally living there. Like, talk about bent fifis. That it bothers them that Deanna lives there, but they forget there's an actual housing, like apartment type house structure that's off the side of the school that's not connected to the school. If it is, it's only because it's connected on the building. But it's a separate structure with plumbing indoors. It has a bathroom. It has a kitchen. It is an apartment. So she absolutely can live there. But you look at the other people that claim they're on a homestead living out of a camper that violates the ordinance for Levy County. But we also heard that they don't need permits to build either. So they just want to do things their way. But I guess we'll wait and see if the mayor of Levy County is going to allow people to continue to live in a camper that violates everybody else that owns property in Levy County that have campers and can't even keep them on their property. Go figure. Miss Tammy says, all the antis does not understand sarcasm to Jeremy and George. Yeah, they believe every word. Yep. Jeremy joked and said Mr. Coop and J Hip were on his payroll. Okay. It was a joke. No different than anytime they've popped into chat or George has been on with Rosalind and myself, or they've been on with other people. We've all joked among the channels, me especially. I've asked, do we get 401k? Is there vacation time? Do we get vacation pay? I've always cracked some kind of joke. Hey, Miyagi, how are you? Love the video, girl. You're doing some great work on your videos. You crack me up. Hope you're doing good. Oh, then we got Jeremy wanted an Otter Creek baseball team for the kids. Yeah. I mean, we also seen the foul names there too, what they pulled with Travis, which is disgusting. Mr. Coop says, no, it isn't. I've got my what the buckets. Oh, he's got to put the buckets. Oh, Robert Tower says he's on Jeremy's payroll. He gave him $100. Oh, that's right, Robert. That was on a live too. Sure did. Yep. I witnessed it. You and several other people got money. They're independent contractors. Exactly, Sharon. Anybody who has worked or done something for Jeremy has been on an independent contractor type thing. Anybody else is helping him, whatever. Again, he's not collecting money saying this is for a charity that I'm raising money. They are now using the funds. So guys, beware. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? Great to have you here. Yeah, so the fence came up last night. They said Jeremy made a promise to build a fence where a fence cannot go. So it's the fence of the fence that never was. No, it's sarcasm. You raised money for a bench. Nobody's saying. You raised money to complete the barn. Where are the permits? What have you done? She's even said, from what I've seen and heard in clips, that she's actually not signed off on anything on the creditors list. That they're doing whatever they think can help keep it and keep it from being lost. But she hasn't signed off on anything. She's not officially a creditor. Does she not realize that? I don't know. I guess I should ask a lawyer, but I would think if I fill out a paper that says, oh, I don't know, Sea Girl, who just came into chat. Hi, Sea Girl. I just raised money for Sea Girl, or Sea Girl raised money for me, and she did it by collecting it from people from her channel and various sources, And she built the fence and bought me a $300 table, side couch table thing that she's using as countertop, or was supposed to be used as countertop inside the shed or the barn. I don't know, wherever she was putting it. Nonetheless, all of a sudden I fill out a form. I'm going for bankruptcy and I list C girl down as a creditor because she raised money to buy things with the money that was raised that's on my property or in possession of my property and my hands, my physical being. I'm now saying that she's a creditor because she collected money. It doesn't make her a creditor. She can't claim money that she collected from donations. Doesn't even give her a vested interest in the property because it's not her money. But these people seem to think that that money that the viewers sent her in gift cards and gifts for the fence, for Christmas, for the barn, for birthdays, whatever. That makes her a bigger creditor entitled to payment before Jeremy. And John seems to think he outranks too. Well, no, John, you have you're a definite vested interest of the property, 100%. You own your portion of it, and you also share funds and everything else on that property. A child, we've heard her for the past 2 years. You're together, but you're not together. You share everything, but you're not together. So the half acre that's left, I guess you guys will share that. But then out of that half acre, I don't know, does she still have to sell or give up her half acre? Which means she would owe John for whatever the property value is worth on his half. Oh, bye, Tammy. Have a good day at work. Audio says the fact that LMNOP phone book threw herself and several others under the bus in court. Yeah. And not just one court, now two. Even though obviously it was a bankruptcy creditor hearing, she was sworn in under oath. So just like being in court, she's giving testimony. She has locked in her answers. Silly woman. These people are digging you deeper and deeper down. You may not like any of us, Lynette. You may not like our comments. You may think every single one of us are up to really bad intentions and, evil Jeremy, evil George. We're all evil people that for some reason you say you pray for us, but you wish evil, nasty, mean things upon us too. You need to open your eyes before you get into deeper trouble. You're already in it up to your eyeballs. And your ex who's living on the property, he might be talking in chat, but his name hasn't come up yet because that's Fed 1. And the Ohio court is where he's responsible. Everything else, that's on you. That's all coming back on you. So, ouch. Don't know what to tell you there. Tammy says in Levy County they do not parcel out land, which means JC land part will be sold. Oh yeah, I also heard from what some lawyers have explained and talked about, even breaking it down across behind the scenes where lawyers that I've known have talked about certain things. Even with the fact that it can't be parceled out, they seem to think that they get to pick which part of the property is sold. No, I think with any bankruptcy situation, and I've never been in one, but I would think they're going to go and look at that property and figure, well, there's some structures here, and for the most part, there's something that we could sell this for a little bit more value and get a little bit more with these buildings, maybe. Now, somebody buying it may not see that of value, but the selling prices, that's probably what's going to bring it up a little bit more. But I don't think it's even going to match what she paid for it. I got myself a money piece. Yeah, Cheryl. Yeah, I got myself a money piece. I posted a picture, even in a t-shirt, that said, Megan is on a streak. Yep. And then, there is my Afro Man support wig and my flag dress. And I even did one for Travis and Willis. Haven't, oh no, actually it's Travis and the mayor. I haven't caught Willis yet. And I did get Shane too. If that's Shane. Robert says, I'd be pissed if my lawyer got me into more lawsuits that cost me more money. So, yeah. Oh, let's see. What is this? Oh, isn't that interesting? Thank you, Mr. Coop. Oh, such an interesting little tidbit I got. That's going to go good with what I was looking for. Oh, LP also thinks that she could buy the land when the court. No, that's one thing that one of those papers that came out before having this hearing, the trustee made very apparent that the land cannot be sold back to the person, meaning her attorney and her. Like, yeah, they can't buy it. Audio. And he's doing all the work in Jeremy's favor too. What's not to like? He's earned his toilet paper for sure. Oh boy. Yeah, it's definitely been interesting, that's for sure. I mean, you've got to wonder. I This woman has put herself into cases. Hey, Volusia, I didn't even see you come in. Creditors are listed and notified by the petitioner in a bankruptcy. If the creditor fails to make a claim, then it's moot. Right. And, I had a little debate with somebody in Tug's chat about the cases in Levy County, but that's aside from the fact I was hoping to see if that person was in here, but they're not. Yeah, I mean, Volusia knows some of this stuff because he has done what I call knock knocks, where you have a court that issues a eviction or repossession of a property or structure, and he goes out and performs the knock knock moving day. Do not pass go. Do not go back to bed. It's time to move. My question is, if she's filing bankruptcy, where is she going to get the money to buy back the land? Well, that's where I'd be real sketchy about the people that are offering to help her out of this. These are the same people that were trying to talk only me into buying Tubetown. Now, what made them think he was going to be able to buy Tubetown? I don't know. That's crazy. Oh, Miss Tammy says Jeremy has put a short out. Ooh, that should be interesting. Have to find out what's on it. Robin, hey, still catching up 2 times, but I recall videos of Travis where he found at least 2 turtles coming from the direction of her property. He took them to the creek. They might have been babies. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Is she like leaving her property? Because nobody's going to that property dropping stuff off. So where's she getting the other animals from? And there's a special directory for crooked lawyers. They seem to be plentiful. Oh yeah, I think a certain former lawyer may have been shopping the American Bar Association, maybe sanctions list for available attorneys. I'm just saying. Oh, boy. Oh, Mr. Coop. Well, we know one person that took a lot of money. Well, yeah. We keep hearing, prove it, prove it. Prove I took donations. Prove this, prove that. Well, there's from 2024 until this past Christmas, you were constantly asking for donations and gifts and stuff, wish lists from Amazon. Yeah. So there's that. Seagirl says Travis also has trail cam pointed at his mailbox. Yeah. And hey, at least there's a actual mailbox in front of Tubetown, because they're claiming they have a mailbox that the man with the car that was taking pictures went through her mail. What mail? What mail? Because the screenshots last night said that the blessing box is also where she receives her Amazon and FedEx packages. But in other chats, since this all went down on Saturday, you see Crook making comments that he was in Bronson dropping off packages to be mailed. So if they have a mailbox and they get packages delivered to their property, I don't see, like, didn't Jeremy have to make special arrangements just to get drop off and pick up? Like, I had this discussion a couple days ago where I knew for sure he was getting mail dropped off to him. I didn't realize that they had arrangements now to where they were picking up to from schoolhouse. But how are they getting deliveries? And other people in Otter Creek have to get a post office box and go to the corner over by the trading post. Oh, audio says just watch Jeremy Short. Tasty. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mercedes. So did Ian. Oh, it's good. Oh, there's a good short out. Said anything about Ohio? Give us a hint. Give us a hint. Allie says yes, they pick up and they drop off. Mm-hmm. So how is she getting packages? And nobody leaves something in a box called the blessing box, which that channel has told her she needs to take those out. She needs to remove them from outside her gate, because that little U area, I don't believe that's her land in that little U area. And if it is, it's only by a few feet, because they did build past the electrical pole. They're almost by that little drainage ditch, the easement. So I don't know. But was he in the gate? No. What was he doing? I don't know. He was off camera. So how did they know what was happening when we watched the video that they claim they were showing, that even though it showed two cars and it shows the guy, don't know what he was doing off camera, just what they claim. And I'm still wondering, where's the video or the audio? There was audio when Jeremy had the good Tina in his truck and driving down the road and showing her his land. They have a video from their cameras that are on the fence. That's what they showed. And said that the yelling in the background was Jeremy saying foul things to John, something about the land, something about, the FU in the land or something. Yeah. But there was audio on that. So where's the audio of the guy that was outside the gate taking pictures? Or do they not want the audio to play? Was he making an announcement like, hello, county server, hello, process server, hello, repo man, hello, like to donate to the sanctuary, hello, can I take stuff from the blessing box? I mean, any one of those little indications could be there. Don't know. Where'd the sound go? Because they absolutely did have sound on those videos before. I don't know. A lot of things change. Very strange, very strange. Volusia says utility companies typically put poles just outside. Yeah, exactly. Because they don't want to have to rely on if somebody's home or not, and they need to get to those poles. Yep. Miyagi Clyde, the question should be asked, where are any of the receipts? Exactly. Where are the receipts? Where are they? Why isn't Lynette handing out EIN numbers to people donating to things that she's supposed to have an EIN number that she hands out? I mean, I was part of a lodge. We had a 501c3 attached to our lodge. Anytime we would fundraise to do something for the lodge, or if we were looking to do something for families in need or whatever, we had to hand out a printed and, with the EIN number that shows your tax identification number, so people could claim it on their taxes that they donated to a charity. No different than if you go to Goodwill or the Salvation Army, they ask you if you want a tax receipt. You would get the same thing. Carrie says hers was a temporary service pole installed for the construction of the barndominium. Exactly. It's still the temporary pole, as far as I know. I don't know when they could have gotten anything more permanent, because she doesn't have a permanent structure or the wiring corrected from when Lloyd was there. Not that I'm aware of. They needed to repair, I think it was like $7,000 worth of stuff. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, because I just got a notification that Travis or Willis or Tubetown, one of those four guys, is on. Jeremy dropped a short. So I will go ahead and start wrapping this up. I'm going to be dropping a short, put something together this weekend, and hopefully by next week you'll be seeing 2 lives from me. I'm probably going to start going live just before my time with Rosalind on Thursdays for deconstructing, and then this time on Fridays again, where we will repeat some more Fifi Friday. Or is it Friday? Oh, Mercedes says he started 40 seconds ago. Mercedes has a time to the second. So I hope all you guys have a great rest of the Friday. Have a great weekend. I hope it's nice weather. You guys get out, or if you've been out, have fun. Be good. If you can't be good at it. And I will see you later. Have fun, guys. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. You could get in trouble.
Yeah. They said I'm venomous, baby. You feel that heat? One wrong move is game over. Taste that defeat. Creeping in the shadows, I'm the ghost you can't see. Prowling through the city with a swagger that's deadly. Eyes like a predator, heart like a stone. When I strike, you'll know you ain't walking home alone. They say I'm a danger, a risk to your calm. One step in my zone, you'll be lost in the storm. I'm a beautiful nightmare, a charm with a twist. The taste of my fury is a pain you can't resist. I'm venomous, dangerous, got that fatal bite. One wrong move, baby, it's a rapid fire night. Dance with the devil, Lord, flee and take flight. I'm the queen of this jungle wrapped in dark light. I'm venomous, dangerous, hit us all, I want it. When I pierce with a knife, you'll feel that burn in the morning. I'm venomous, dangerous, can't escape my flow. One wrong move, it's game over. Let's go. Step to me wrong, you'll learn that I bite. Hanging with the wolves, we own the nightlife. My crew's like the pack, heartbeats synchronized. We play rough in this game, don't you dare disguise. Got that fire in my veins and the ink on my skin. Written all my life down, gonna let the chaos begin. Bottled up rage, I'll unleash it tonight. Lost in the rhythm, yeah, I'm ready to bite. I'm venomous, dangerous, got that fatal bite. One wrong move, don't test the spark or the light. Dance with the danger, hold tight in the night. Follow me down, it's a wild and free ride. venomous.